Welcome to this guided titration practice for facing and releasing the fear of abandonment and the fear of being alone. Before we begin, I want to name a few important things. This is a gentle titration practice, which means we're working in very, very small and manageable doses, and there's no goal to relive anything, push through discomfort, or fix anything that shows up today. If fear of being alone or abandoned shows up for you, that makes sense. This practice is not about making that fear disappear. It's about helping your nervous system learn that you can stay connected to yourself even when that fear is present. At every point throughout this practice, I want you to remember that you are in control. You can pause, open your eyes, move your body, or stop completely. Nothing bad will happen if you don't finish this. Stopping this practice is not avoidance, it's listening. Listening to your own wisdom and listening to your own window of tolerance. You also do not need to force calm for this to work. Neutral, curious, or even unsure is more than enough for this practice. This practice is just to show your nervous system that you are safe enough to stay in sensation. Let's start by arriving here together. And let's just take a moment to notice the room that you're in, and name quietly to yourself or in your mind 3 things that you can see in your environment that feel neutral or pleasant. Then name 2 things that you can feel with your body. And then name 1 sound that you can hear. There's nothing you need to change right now. We're just letting your system know that you're here and you're safe enough in this moment. Let's now gently notice our breath, noticing the inhale all the way through to the end of the exhale. And seeing if we can breathe a little bit more deeply into the area of our belly. And then sighing on the exhale, letting it all go. Take a few more breaths just like that, breathing deeply and slowly into your belly, and then sighing on each exhale. Letting your forehead, your eyes, temples, jaw, neck, and shoulders completely soften with each exhale. Now bring to mind or sense into something that feels a bit more neutral, calm, or supportive. This might be a place where you feel grounded. Could be a person or an animal that feels safe or steady. Or maybe it's a sensation, like your feet on the floor or your back supported by the chair. Whatever it is just right. You don't have to feel entirely calm. We're just looking for something that helps you to not feel overwhelmed. Something that allows you to feel a bit more neutral. As you connect with this, notice, where do you feel this in your body? What sensations are present? And what are the quality of those sensations? Let this be your anchor, something that we can return to again and again throughout this practice, especially in any moments that feel like too much. This is your safe space. Take a moment to connect with it and really notice where you feel it in your body and what sensations are present. Now, somewhere far away from you, not close, imagine the idea of being alone or left. We're not imagining the worst moment. We're also not imagining a specific memory. We're just imagining the concept of being alone or left, as if it exists at a distance. You're not inside it. It is not happening now. You're simply aware that this fear exists somewhere. And as you sense this fear of being alone from afar, notice what happens in your body. You might notice tightness, heaviness, numbness, or maybe nothing at all. Whatever shows up is welcome. Stay with the sensations. Now gently bring your attention back to your anchor. Feel your body again, the support beneath you, and the steadiness that you found and chose earlier. Let your system settle here in this neutral or safe space in your body. And notice if anything shifted, even slightly. Your mind might try to wander throughout this practice. Just gently notice that your mind is trying to pull you into story. Notice that your mind is distracted. And simply redirect your focus back to my voice, back to your breath, and back to your body. And stay with this sensation of neutrality and safety. Stay with your anchor. If it feels okay, and only if it feels okay, allow the fear of being alone to come just a little closer. Not all the way, but just enough that you can sense it without being in it. You are in control of the distance here, remember that. So if at any point it feels like too much, you can move farther away again. As it comes slightly closer, notice where do you feel this in your body as it gets closer. Is there a temperature, pressure, or any kind of movement that shows up? No need to analyze, just notice what happens in your body when this fear of being alone or abandoned comes just a little closer. And now gently shift your attention back to safety, back to your anchor, and let your system settle here. Let your body remember what enough feels like. Let your body remember what calm, safety, or neutrality feels like. You might notice a softening, a deeper breath, or maybe a softening in the shoulders, or just this sense of relief. Maybe you just notice neutrality, or this sense of steadiness. Whatever you notice is just right. If it feels supportive, you might quietly acknowledge in your mind, a part of me fears being alone, and another part of me is here, witnessing this with steadiness. A part of me fears being alone, and another part of me is here, witnessing this with steadiness. Just acknowledge that. You don't need to fix or reassure anything. We're just noticing that you are more than one part. For one last moment, allow the fear to come close enough to you that you feel more inside of it. Allow the fear to come close enough that you can say, I see you, I'm not abandoning you. I see you, I'm not abandoning you. You're not promising anything, you're not forcing safety, you're simply staying present with the fear and its sensations. Notice how your body responds to that. Now allow the fear to move back to a comfortable distance. You're no longer near or inside the fear. It's moved gently away. And allow yourself to return fully to your body. Rolling out your neck and shoulders if that feels supportive, wiggling your fingers or toes if that feels good. Take what you need right now. And take some slow, steady breaths in through your nose. And on the exhale, breathe out through pursed lips as if you're blowing out through a straw. And before opening your eyes, you might ask yourself, what does my system need after this practice? What does my system need after this practice? Begin to gently blink open your eyes. Notice the room again. Notice that you are here, present in this objective moment, and you are completely safe. This practice is not about getting rid of fear, it's about building the capacity to stay with yourself when it arises. If at any point this practice felt like too much, please know that that's not failure. That's information to go slower next time, because it's the smaller doses and the smaller steps that we take that lead to lasting, sustainable change and lasting, sustainable safety. Take what you need from this practice and do not get up from this practice as the same person you were when you first sat down. Carry this strength, this calm, or this new insight with you as you carry on with the rest of your day.